first thing I want to talk about is the first statement when God gives the Ten Commandments. The first statement before he even gives any commandments, and we're going to pull a lot out of this. You can see I'm just using a regular ballpoint pen with an ultrafine tip and just some generic Office Depot markers, highlighters, and zebra mild liner for my purple. And like I said on some of my Instagram posts, I don't really have a color coding system. I just use the colors to differentiate my notes. So that's how I'm going to be doing it on this video as well. Alright, let's get started. So, also I'm using a single column ESV journaling Bible from Crossway. I'll link that in the description so you can get that from Crossway if you're interested. Alright, let's get started. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. Whoa. Okay, guys. You can see the very first thing he says is, I am. In Exodus 3:13, we're just going to box that off. In Exodus 3:13, you'll see that I am is actually one of the names of God. So you can see the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? And God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, say this to the people of Israel, I am has sent me to you. If you want to take a note to the side of that as well and reference back to Exodus 22, go ahead. I'm not going to be doing that in my Bible, but I'll just be taking notes on the Ten Commandments themselves. So right here, I'm going to draw a little arrow out and write Exodus 3:13 through 14. And that way I know that I can reference back to that and see. And you can choose any color here. I'm just choosing pink. I usually do mine in the form of the rainbow, hence the name Rainbow Bible. God often reveals himself with a new name or title, as he did in Exodus 3:13. So that's why we want to pull that out of the first part of the Ten Commandments, because that is his name. I am is part of his name. Next thing we'll block out is the Lord. And you can see that kind of speaks to the sovereignty of God. That is a title that is given to him as a term of respect that we still use today. Your God. I like the emphasis on your here because it speaks to the personal relationship that he had with the Israelites and that he still has with us. So we'll highlight that one in yellow. Who brought you out of the land of Egypt. We'll circle out of the land of Egypt because that is repeated actually 56 times in Exodus, out of Egypt, because God wanted them to remember what true slavery was. So we'll take a note about that. And then out of the house of slavery. Because the commandments are not meant to enslave us, they're meant to free us. draw a little arrow right there. And there you have the first statement, the three names of God.